G'day. I'm Dan Marr, and welcome to Travel Wraps. This week, we're off to see Athens. Athens, the capital of Greece, offers two entirely different holidays. Firstly, it's a jumping off point for some of the most famous and loved Aegean islands, and also it offers a great insight into the foundation of Western culture. And that was all during its rise to power a few thousand years ago. If you love ancient architecture and you appreciate stone masonry, then you're going to love this place. Thanks to the common use at the time of iron, there are plenty of well-preserved relics and artifacts in all the museum. Let's start with the map. Okay, right now you should be looking at the Acropolis. It's probably one of the most famous areas of Athens, and it houses quite a few buildings and quite a few ruins, but the main one is the Parthenon. Other places are the Odeon of Herod's Atticus, which you can see on the left-hand side of the picture, which is a great amphitheatre, and there's a theatre of Dionysus as well. As we move down the hill to the south, you can see there you've got the Acropolis Museum. From there, if we're feeling energetic, we can walk over to the monument of Philopappos, which is a great viewpoint back on the Acropolis. Then we head north up to the Temple of Hephaestus, and then the Roman Agora and the ancient Agora of Athens. From there, we head east over to Monastraki, and there's flea markets, cafes, etc., plus some more ruins. From there, we're going to head southeast, and the area at the foot of the Acropolis is known as Anaphatika, which is a very old area of Athens. From there, we head east and go to the Temple of Zeus, and also the stadium. The stadium's very modern, but as you can imagine, it's a replica of what they had in ancient times. From there, we're going up to the National Gardens. Then we head northeast to Benaki Museum. From there, we wind our way through the streets and we come up to a funicular which can take us up to the top of Mount Lysabetus. From there, you can walk down. It's an easy walk down. Or you can take the funicular back and we walk over to the National Archaeological Museum. 20 minutes drive south, we have the Stavros Narkos Foundation Cultural Centre. And also in that region, nearby, is where all the ferries leave from. The Acropolis of Athens is an ancient citadel located on a rocky hill overlooking the city. Noted for its great architecture and historical significance, the word Acropolis comes from the Greek meaning the highest point. The most well-known building is the Parthenon. It was a temple, of course, on the Acropolis, dedicated to the goddess Athena, and that's the patron of the city. Construction began in 447 BC. As we mentioned, there are plenty of other ruins and buildings to see on the Acropolis, but one of the most important ones at the site is the Odeon of Herod Atticus. It's a stone theatre, and the building was completed in 161 AD, but it's been totally renovated in the 50s, so appears to be quite modern. Also to the right we have the Theatre of Dionysus, and in the foreground here we have the Acropolis Museum. About a 17-minute walk to the west is the Philopappos Monument, which is an ancient mausoleum. The hill is a favourite picnic area for the locals and offers breathtaking views back towards the Acropolis. A 26-minute walk north takes us to the Temple of Hephaestus. This is an ancient Greek temple and is dedicated to their god of the forge. It's probably worth noting that the forge was of great importance during the Bronze and the Iron Age. The ancient Agora of Athens, now in ruins, is located in the heart of modern Athens. It was once a site of marketplace in ancient times and a political and cultural as well as an economic centre of the ancient world. 10 to 15 minute walk east takes us to Monastraki, which is a lively flea market neighbourhood, one of the oldest and busiest areas of the capital, packed with rooftop bars for good sights and of course the markets. Nearby is the Roman Agora and worth walking through. Anaphiatika is a scenic, tiny neighbourhood of Athens. It's a part of the old historical neighbourhood called Plaka. This sits in the shadow of the Acropolis and is well worth a walk through, as it's got the feel of the old village with the narrow cobblestone streets and lined with tiny shops. A 10-minute walk east to the Temple of Olympian Zeus. From there, a further 10 minutes on to the stadium, an old Olympic stadium built of granite in the 19th century on the site of the ancient Athens 4th century stadium, and hosted the first modern Olympic Games in 1896. 10 minutes northwest takes us to the National Gardens, which is a public park in the centre of the Greek capital. Another 8 minutes walk north, we arrive at the Benaki Museum of Greek Culture. It presents the history and art of the Greek world from prehistory to the 20th century. Another 13 minutes towards the north takes us to the funicular tramway or cable car to take us up to Mount Lysibetis. It's one of the highest peaks in Athens. You can get to the top by hiking or by the cable car. At the peak you'll find a whitewashed church called St. George, a cafe and a gourmet Greek restaurant, and has some of the best scenic views from any restaurant terrace. From there we head northwest to the National Archaeological Museum. It's about 25 minutes walk. This museum was established in 1829 and houses some of the most important artefacts from a variety of archaeological locations around Greece, from prehistory until now. It's considered to be one of the greatest museums in the world, and it's a great way to finish off any trip to Athens.